Hello. I don't care about your politics. I don't care who you voted for or what your personal beliefs are. You and I might scream our differences of opinion at each other all day long and never tire. But perhaps you and I can agree that if the federal government permits itself to summarily execute non-combatant American citizens, it falls upon us remaining American citizens to take up arms in our own defense against tyranny. Self-defense. That's what this is about. If we cannot guarantee to our loved ones or neighbors that they will not be killed without cause or due process in the course of the day, we're sort of complicit in the darkness that is descending from above on us all. Terrorism is when a person or a group uses fear and violence to control others. Patriotism is when disparate people shed their differences and join as one to shield their families, livelihoods, and democracy from the terror issued by our leaders. Look, Cliff Bentz will not speak up. He looked me in the eye and he said it was not his place to go against the party. It is not incumbent upon him to stand up to the president, even when the violation of law, order, and decency are plain as day. Your local police departments have been sued for sharing information with federal agencies and tracking activists, attorneys, and more. They will not protect us. Indeed, they are under no legal obligation to. As class traitors, they don't need to view you as human. You're either in the way or not. Avoid them. The National Guard is a pawn in this horrific game. They may be comprised of Oregonians, but they cannot individually make the distinction between an illegal order or a legal one, because that's not their role, not in the moment. They are deployed to keep the peace, which doesn't preclude shooting unarmed citizens if it achieves the government's definition of peace. The court system, overwhelmed by design, will be slow to respond. The highest court in the land, however, has shown an open disdain for the citizenry it governs. Granting the president absolute immunity is the crown jewel of a democracy's transition into fascism. The Supreme Court will not extend this same level of courtesy to the people. There are no adults left in the room. Our military ranks have been purged of critical thought, replaced by yes men and women who inherently understand the new rules of survival are based entirely on self-interest and a lack of scruples. They will betray any oath to preserve the viability of their ambitions, all of which hinge on the appeasement of the president. Our president will start wars here at home and abroad to maintain power long past his term's legal expiration. What his enfeebled mind cannot sustain will be supplemented by the idiocy and insanity of those he has surrounded himself with. Our president is composed of several organisms, barely symbiotic, all using the same hollow vessel to live out individual fantasies of power. This mutant creature will perpetuate itself into America's future until our end. And too many of the people are unwilling to speak up for themselves. Those who support the president and the rise of fascism will be injured just the same as their political opponents. Without extreme wealth or the favor of the party, an American has no agency over themselves or their society. They do what they are told, and they adhere to this poison out of impotent rage at other non-wealthy Americans. They vote against their own self-interest. They will acknowledge the evil things their leader has done and then defend them. Millions of people that are now lost for an entire generation, angrily twisting themselves into knots in order to justify the nightmare they have repeatedly enabled. The world now knows the shape of the thing we are becoming, by the way. An America only strong enough to lash out. An America shrinking with every abandoned friend, every geopolitical betrayal. An America to avoid, to shun, and to hopefully afford to ignore, because an America that fights itself and hurts itself this much cannot possibly comprehend when it is hurting others. We know not what we do. That leaves you and me. A couple of people who agree on perhaps just one thing. Our government belongs to us, and the murder of civilians is the most direct violation of our social contract with any authority. Our government is only accountable when we hold them to account. Our government only restrains itself when the consequences of their actions are reinforced by the people. We have the government we voted for. This is what we have worked for and continue to work for. America is so powerful it can truly be said that as a nation, what we have is what we deserve, for better or worse. If our government grants itself the leisure of killing the people, should we not be on constant watch outside of every federal facility? Should we not constantly film the police wherever we see them? Should we not peacefully patrol our own neighborhoods for federal agents? Should we not turn our vigilant focus as free, dignified human beings to the matter of our survival in the face of an unfeeling, self-interested Goliath? We will vote to change things. This is not about fighting to achieve that change. This is about surviving long enough to fill out a ballot in the midterms and having any choice in the next president. This is about legal observers on any side of the political spectrum being able to bear witness without fear of retribution or loss of life. This is, I cannot stress enough, a call to defend ourselves. Terror or unprovoked violence are not defensive strategies. Political witch hunting and fighting between neighbors weakens our ability to join together in pursuit of the only cause that matters: freedom from tyranny. We don't need uniforms or face masks, and we won't be piling into U-Hauls. We are where we need to be. We are already the Americans we should be, by and large. But we must be ready to adapt when our murderous government decides to violently raid our schools and hospitals. The John Brown Club I propose is not an answer to the Proud Boys or ICE. It is an internal commitment I suggest you make to yourself. Be ready to fight for your freedom and the freedom of those around you. Do not entertain subjugation. Do not sample enslavement. Do not permit our government, the great and fearsome machine of the people, to crush you before you decide to take up arms. No attacks, no terror, no harassment or vandalism. Simply put, joining the club means you stand your ground when the time comes. You do whatever you need to from now on to prepare for the worst. You make an ironclad bond with yourself that your life is now fodder for liberty. It will be the measure of your patriotism and your humanity in the years to come. Many of you are already in the club. To you, I give my thanks. Please know that on my life, I've got your back.